Yo guys, in this video we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of adding role queue to Marvel Rivals. What are the goods, what are the bad parts about adding the system, and what are some alternatives that can happen as well. I've heard all of the feedback on my last video, but in this one I'm going to be covering all of the thoughts and processes that I've seen, as well as many opinions that I've also seen in the comment section. So let's get into the video. Alright, so to talk about the alternatives I have for adding role queue, and to be honest, the only reason why I'm even making a video like this is because I just want more characters in my role. I main support in pretty much most of the games I play. Valorant, I play mostly utility-based characters like Sentinel, I play Initiator, and I play Smokes. That's just how I like playing. When I play Apex, I play Recon, I play Controller, stuff like that. I like setting up my team for kills and not being the whole like main spotlight of getting kills and everything. I like being able to assist and get kills, but that's just kind of how I play games. In Overwatch, I have hundreds of hours on support, and I've never once gotten bored. This game is the only game where I've gotten bored of playing a support, and it's kind of crazy. And ultimately, what it comes down to is just lack of characters. I think it's kind of absurd that this game released 3 DPS in a row before supports even got 10 characters. Before support even reaches 10, DPS reached 23. That's insane to me. That's ultimately what it comes down to. A lot of my frustrations and burnout is just because my main role doesn't get anything. And I'm sorry, but Ultron's not a support. He just isn't. And if you want to argue against that, who are the people who played Ultron in the pro tournaments? The DPS players. The supports never got to play Ultron. I'm sorry, that's just not how it works. So ultimately, the baseline for why I'm suggesting role queue in the first place is just because I want more tanks and supports to play. That's it. That's it. If they add more tanks and supports that are fun to play, so it gives me motivation to play the game, I will be happy. I will be happy and I'll be content with my stuff. But unfortunately, even when supports are going to get another character next season, you know what they're adding alongside that support? Another DPS. Like, what is this game, bro? Like, you guys, like, support is probably the second most popular role, and it has the least amount of characters in it. And half the characters you can't even use because they're locked to triple support only. That is ultimately also what it comes down to, is that I'm tired of my characters that I find fun in the support role forcing triple support every single game. I don't want to have triple support every single game. I just want to play my character that I enjoy playing on support, which are more utility, off healer type characters. But I can't, because a lot of the times you will simply lose due to output if you're going against triple support. So it forces triple support a lot of the times. So that is kind of like the main reason why I'm even frustrated in the first place. In the first place, asking for role queue and stuff like that. So that is the main big point. If they add more tanks and supports to the game, I will be happy. That's it. That's it. Just add more tanks and supports that are fun and good, and not, hopefully, doesn't require triple tank or triple support to even function as a character. I just want more characters in those roles. That's it. The next alternative that they could do is a preferred role system where, let's say you have DPS and support selected as your 2 preferred roles. You queue both of those and it'll find you a match based on that, and it'll try to put a team comp together based on people's preferred roles. So that way you at least have people who are playing a role they want to instead of being forced onto a role that they are not. That would also mean that you are also just locked to 2-2-2, but it allows you to flex. And for an alternative to people who are like, I can't swap between roles, you can have a request to swap role feature in the game that works on both sides. Someone requests to swap roles with you, you can swap with them, bang, you'll swap, and you can do it as many times as you want in a comp match if that's really what you want to do. And so you can swap between roles as long as the other person wants to. And that's the same thing as how it works now, except there's an actual system and you're pretty much locked to 2-2-2. So you still get that flexibility, but you're in a format where it doesn't force triple support, triple tank, or some wacky comp every single time. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, those are pretty much the only solutions I have. Just one, either add more tanks and supports to the game, or add a preferred role system where you still get fast queue times. But if your only preferred role that you selected is DPS, you will naturally have a longer wait time because your only preferred role is the one that is the most popular. To reduce queue times, you can also select a different role and maybe it'll proc you. It'd be like, hey, just warning you, you are picking the preferred role that has the most population of players, so it might be harder to find you a game with the balance of team comps. So by that, you just pick one other role. It'll find you a match based on that. You'll have a chance to play DPS or a chance to play tank or support, whichever role is your second one. It'll at least allow people to have faster queue times if they queue for at least 2 roles. But in general, those are just my solutions. Those are my solutions for role queue if role queue doesn't get added. What are you guys' thoughts? What are suggestions that you have for change? Because whatever they're doing right now for matchmaking just is not working, and something needs to change like now, and it needs to change fast. For me, do I think they need to add role queue to the game? No, but whatever they're doing right now with hero release schedules, they need to swap it up, because you guys need to stop adding DPS to the game. I'm sorry, but support players like myself are gonna either quit, play other roles, or just not play the game at all if we don't get anything else. I understand that you guys have already everything set in stone, but I'm sorry, whoever thought that it was a smart business decision to plan 3 DPS in a row before supports get their 10th hero, I'm sorry, bro, but like, I feel like you're kind of stupid. And that's assuming Rogue is first phase. If Rogue is second phase and Gambit is first, that's 4 whole DPS characters before supports get their 10th hero. That's what I'm saying. Like, as a support player, it is so boring playing this game. Not only are the supports pretty spammy, you're pretty much locked to only half the roster to play most of the time, and you get thanked the least, you get flamed the most, and if you die in your ult, apparently it's your fault. That I'm sorry, but it is not a fun time getting solo ulted by Magneto every single time, and then you have to rely on your Magneto to bubble you, assuming your tanks play Magneto. You have to rely on your team to even live through some of the stuff. It's just not fun playing that every single time. And to be honest, it's not fun not being able to defend yourself most of the time. You have to rely on your other support to pocket you most of the time against literally everything in the game. I went to Overwatch, and it is so refreshing playing a game where supports can make their own plays. They don't have to fully rely on the team for every single tiny little bit of help in the game. It's nice being able to solo carry on support in that game. That is why I'm playing it right now. So ultimately, at the end of the day, the thing that I really just ultimately want is just more fun tank and supports. The only reason why I'm even suggesting role queue is because they cater everything to DPS. DPS characters at this point in time probably have more utility than the support characters themselves. They have blinds, they have anti-heal, an AoE anti-heal with no more, by the way. They have, what's it called? CC up the wazoo, slows up the wazoo. They have literally everything in their kit to do everything in the game. Some of them are tanky, some of them tank bust. There's like so many different play styles and stuff you can have on DPS. And in general, if we just look at the support versus DPS designs, a lot of the DPS have really cool tech. Spider-Man has the B-Hop tech. You have B-Hop tech on Star-Lord as well. You have so many different types of things. Daredevil and Blade have so much complexity to their kit, and support's got Ultron. You know, is there even an argument for that? Not really. Like, Ultron's design could have been so cool, but instead they decided to make a left click bot that puts AFK drones on people. He could have played like a flying Loki. That would have been sick. But no, we didn't get that. We got an AFK flying drone, and guess what? They nerfed his healing even more, so he's even worse as a second support. Pretty sick. Now he's triple support only for pretty much the eternity, I guess. So at the end of the day, TLDR, just give us more tank and supports, and I think matchmaking will fix itself eventually. Harsher punishments for toxic people and throwers would be really great as well, but something needs to change. The only reason why I even suggested it in the first place was because whatever is happening right now in comp, it's not fun to play, not fun to play into, and I just thought something needed to change. So those are my suggestions for what they could do to the game to make it better. I understand this is a pretty hot take and people might not agree, but suggest what you guys would change about the game, because right now they are losing players. Believe it or not, they are losing players. I'm not saying that it's dying, but a lot of people are leaving, myself included. I love Rivals, but it's gotten to the point where I've returned to Overwatch, bro, of all things. So yeah, something needs to change fast. So let me know down in the comments what you guys would do to make the game play better or feel better to play. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.